it, yes.
Hold a grudge.
No. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna, though.
All right. So we've got our introductions out of the way. So we're going to step back into the Wayback Machine. Because we're going to go through time here. We really don't know how this is going to work, so just fucking bear with us. We're going to go through time here. So we're going to get in our Wayback Machine that I don't have a sound effect for. We're fucking way back. We're fucking way back. We're in the Wayback Machine.
I don't think so. That's like Reading Rainbow.
Is it?
I think
A
it's
little
an
bit.
elevator because the song sucks.
All right. I've got an article from crack.com here in front of me. If you want to play along at home. It's 6 nightmarish things people did before electricity. So in our Wayback Machine, we have ended up in 1899. Okay. And the big thing to do in 1899 was Victorians held mummy defiling parties.
That sounds like a good time. Anything with defiling has to be fun.
Yeah. Really what it was back then, you could just pretty much saunter into Egypt and pull out a mummy. Like you go to Walmart and buy a fucking towel.
That sounds like a yard sale to me.
No. So these aristocrats and these Victorians, because lack of anything better to fucking do, would pull these mummies back to their house, get together, light up some fucking opium and drink some laudanum and rip into this mummy, and they would all take pieces of it home. They'd unwrap it. If they found jewelry, they took teeth out. Now, this got so fucking popular, people were killing people. Criminals, right?
I'm
the
trying
jailers.
to find the bad side.
Yeah, the jailers were killing people, mummifying them, leaving them out, like, and this happened in America, okay?
Like really, really dry breadcrumbs.
Yes, and it happened more in Europe, but yes.
Well, sure.
Yes.
Dirty Europeans.
I can think of a few people I'd like to mummify. Like, I got a list if it ever becomes popular again. Just saying.
Do you intend to defile them too?
No, but I'll take money if somebody else wants to. That's for sure.
Like, are you sitting there listening to an 1812 cover of the Bangles' Walk Like an Egyptian going, it's like, do, going, I'm so fucking bored because I have nothing better to do. Let's rip apart a 1,000-year-old dead person.
Yum.
I mean, what ideas did you skip? How many times have you fucked your wife to go, I'm tired of that shit. Let's kill someone and look at inside them. And invite people over to do it.
I think it sounds like a good time. I've dissected, like, dead family pets just to see what they look like on the inside. So, I mean, the worst was a raccoon, and it was a really hot day. So, I don't know. Mummies, they can't stink anymore. I mean, 1,000 years can't be as bad as, like, one raccoon on a summer day.
I believe you just passed Ryan in the crazy party here.
I want to switch chairs. Hop, switch me.
No, you're good.
Seriously, switch me over
I got a
here.
roll of toilet paper over here.
I like to see how things are put together. I can't help it. If it dies, it's not gonna feel it. You just take it apart and see how everything's, like, in there. It's pretty cool. Just saying.
Seriously, somebody switch me seats.
If you switch me, you're just as close to her.
Yeah.
The queered out, uncomfortable
Love-
look on Jamie's face. Is this what you guys see every week in me?
Yes.
I love this. Now I see why you do it.
And see, Jessica doesn't bother me a bit. I'm like, yeah, I did that shit too.
Ryan makes me feel so much more normal. Like,
That shouldn't make you feel any better.
I get my weekly hour of Ryan time, so I realize I'm not the only one on Earth, but
Sean, wherever you are, dude,
He
I'm
helped
with you.
me.
I'm sorry.
Jamie,
I feel your pain.
welcome to the normal team.
Woo!
We have teams now.
yeah, I know, right?
You guys are Team Normal, and we're Team Psychopath.
Yeah.
That could work.
Okay.
Cast your vote now.
It didn't feel
All right.
it. I didn't kill
So
it.
this is one for the Team Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. And I'm going to read you. I'm not plagiarizing. Crack.com has this article, but there's no other way to put it. And I've read the whole article. I'm just summarizing. The wildest craze of the Victorian area led to crime sprees, illicit romances, and even one fight with an entire Apache tribe. That craze was fern collecting.
You absolutely
Wow. My Aunt Susie would be into that.
Wait.
The British would organize. Okay, wait.
Are we talking about the plant or people named Fern?
No, the plant.
Ah.
That's a different... Okay.
That's a whole
All
nother-
right, go
The
ahead.
British would organize in a hunting packs and go on grand adventures solely to satisfy their passion for your neglected office plant.
Grandma's
It goes
Christmas
on to the rarer the fern. How would that end? The rarer the fur, the sweeter the jealousy. Like, if you hiked to the fucking top of the Himalaya and brought back a fern, you were the bomb diggity shit of your neighborhood.
Why did we get lumped in with crazy fern people?
That just seems like an extremely normal thing to do.
That's not normal.
No, that's not normal either.
That's
let's
sad.
see. Such a dangerous sport was naturally pursued by hardcore athletes willing to die for the ultimate rush. Finding a goddamn fern somewhere. At least 2 people fell off cliffs while fern collecting.
Okay, wait a minute. Replace fern with, like, Care Bears, and I'm in.
See, Team Normal. Team
Yeah.
Normal.
I'm not normal.
No, well, you're kind of normal.
This is stuff. They're like a normal behavior gone off the rails.
Yeah, I could see that.
Can we agree with that? A normal behavior kind of gone off the rails.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything anyone wants to add to fern collecting?
I wouldn't put in all that work to have something that I'm just going to kill. So no.
All right. So we're gonna hop in our Wayback Machine, and we're gonna go a little farther back to 17th century London.
I'm giving you way back noises.
That's a suck-ass way-back noise.
I'm not a... Never mind.
Did your masturbatory device get a hole in it? That's what it sounds
No,
like.
that sounds more like...
It's a deflating balloon.
That's right. All right, now we are back, and this is for Team Crazy, Team Sociopath, Psychopath, whatever you want to call it. Bored with ferns, sick to death of mummies. Why not stroll to the local asylum and poke a maniac with a stick?
Wow.
You
So,
know, I
yes.
may slide to Team Crazy. on
I
this
do
one.
that to
sounds
people
fun.
anyway.
Whoever wrote this is a genius, right? I'm trying to put this into my own words and not plagiarize, so I'm just going to give all credit where credit is due. Let me read you this first. Bored with ferns, sick to death of mummies, why not stroll down to the local asylum and poke a maniac with a stick? This, believe it or not, was a viable family activity back in the 17th century London lunatic asylums. Back in the day, were less treatment facilities and more improv reimaginings of Dante's Inferno, but apparently they were jolly fun to watch from the outside. Judging by the popularity of Bedlam, Bethlehem Royal Hospital's Come Fuck Up a Mental Patient program.
Yeah, you couldn't have reworded that better.
Yeah. Bedlam was severely underfunded, so they decided to open their doors to the public in order to demonstrate how much of their generous donations were needed.
For what? More sticks?
Yes! It didn't take that long for the noble idea to devote into a human petting zoo. Where we weren't kidding about the sticks, by the way. Visitors could bring their own poking instruments and use them to piss off whichever inmate looked like
Whoa.
he hated sticks the most.
I would just like to say that my son must be on Team Psychopath because he would love that shit. He poked a dead bird in the yard with a stick for like a month, so he would think that was a fun field trip.
Meanwhile, my daughter went and got the dead bird and brought it in and cuddled with it.
It helped that back then many people considered madness a punishment for sin. Furthermore, the asylum was a place where you could come to see nudity, depravity, and violence, and be considered a philanthropist for it. It's like our house. It's like visiting us, isn't it?
Yeah, it really kind of is.
Naked Friday.
Soon for the price of a penny, free on Tuesday evenings, bring the kids. As many as 96,000 people a year went to Insane Asylum to watch the inmates like you'd watch America's Funniest Home Videos. Visitors are also allowed to shout or throw things at the patients because fuck it, you're already going to hell for mocking the disabled. Might as well try for a seat right next to with the devil.
That is a brilliantly written article.
Crack.com is one of the funniest places in the world. You know, Mad and Cracked magazine is where they got their origin, and Mad went into TV shows, and Cracked now has this website. They've disappeared all into this, and it is one of the most brilliantly written websites I've ever been on.
I want to take a stick and go to Arkham. I want to go there.
3. This is, okay, and we're going back to 19th century. We're going in our way forward machine now. To end a bit I can't tie up anywhere. So we're in the 19th century. America's favorite spectacular sport was pedestrianism. Literally. Competitive walking to our ADD-riddled modern-day brains. Competitive walking sounds about as exciting as, well, competitive walking. But back in the day, pedestrianism drew hundreds of crowds, gave rise to superstars, and even featured first doping scandals, a requisite for all great sports.
How does that competition work? Is it the fastest walker? Is it the smoothest walker?
I'm skimming the articles. That Abraham Lincoln would lose the presidential elections when Lincoln won. Awesome. Okay. The first pedestrian events were ultramarathons in which contestants would march for months, stopping only to sleep and hopefully poop. They even had to eat on the go, but the reward was worth it. Prizes could reach $20,000. For the British, that's about 20 ferns.
I think Forrest Gump won that one.
Yes. Eventually, entrepreneurs started building circular racetracks inside tents and buildings so the fans would have a place to watch.
Walking stadiums.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that having fans, really.
The 18th or 19th century, you said? That had to be
Yes.
some
But then
boring
again, we
shit.
have NASCAR, and that bores the
Yeah.
shit out of me, too, so.
But you've got some,
At least there's a car crash.
yes, at
I
least
mean,
there's some violence involved.
We still have competitive power walking, except that they've amped it up a bit and now it's track.
Do you think, is there a judge going, that's not walking, that's running, slow down, motherfucker. Oh, no, now you're strolling, that's not walking. Oh, you're at a brisk pace. Now we're in the walking area. Nope. You're kind of shalancing down now. You're not walking.
Marco, stop sashaying.
Yes, no sashaying on the track for you. That's the competitive dick swallowing contest. That's the second tent to the left.
wow.
Wouldn't you love to go to one of these fairs and have Ryan be a
I would.
Live with him, people. Live with him.
Here's my dream job, by the way. My absolute motherfucking dream job. It's not this radio show. It's not being famous. It's not anything. And we're in 1810 now. Okay? And I'm not going to read this article. This one I'm going to do on my own. One of the things of upper class society was owning a live ornamental garden hermit.
What?
A garden.
Owning a live ornamental garden hermit.
So you're saying like a gnome, but people.
You would find an old guy. You would pay him, in that day's standards, of upwards of $180,000 to live in a little cabin or cave on your place, and they would bring visitors out, and he would muck up his hair and put pine cones and sticks in it and come out and act like a fucking troll.
That would be a great job. That would be a lot of fun.
And other than that, he just resided in his cave and got fed and got paid $180,000 a year.
You have that job already.
I do.
Yeah.
This is my dream job, but it existed back then too.
Right?
Every once in a while, I come in and poke him and make sure he's still alive out in the rape shack. And
Yes.
I've seen his hair.
In
It's-
my chair.
Yes.
yeah. Well, I poke him, he pokes me, whatever.
Okay, let me read this one part. For services, a hermit could be paid up to 600 pounds, or around 180,000 in today's money. But that sweet hermit game demands some sacrifices. A British politician named Charles Hamilton put an ad in the paper asking for an ornamental hermit. He specified that the hermit shall be provided with a Bible and other essential items, but also that never under any circumstances must he cut his hair, beard, nails, stray beyond the limits of Mr. Hamilton's grounds, or exchange one word with the servant. Despite that, there were still people willing to come and be garden living decorations even in the next century, as this advert from 1810, and it's got a advertisement from an 1810 paper. A young man who wishes to retire from the world and live as a hermit in some convenient spot in England is willing to engage with noblemen and gentlemen who may be desirous of having one. Any letter directed to S. Lawrence, postpaid, be left it, and it gives the information. So basically, you want to come live and be a fucking hermit, and I'll pay you handsomely for it.
If you're a hermit and you're not able to leave the grounds, what
do
good
you do with
does
the
all
money?
that fern money do for you?
Right?
I mean, unless you're buying ferns with it.
You-
But then how are you buying them?
Listen, I'll tell you why this would be a dream job. Other than when you have to come out and act fucking goofy, you don't have to deal with people. You don't have to see anyone. You don't have to deal with anyone's bullshit, anyone's fucking stupidity. You don't have to deal with fucking dogs chewing up your shoes or whatever. You get to sit in your little fucking cave and be happy.
I'll tell you what I would do. Since I know the hermit's not leaving the house to spend the money I paid him, I would keep my hermit for approximately 3 to 5 years and then kill my fucking hermit and get my money back.
Are you taking the Grand Theft Auto Hermit?
Is this Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto
The
Hermit?
Grand Theft
Yes,
Hermit, yeah.
absolutely.
Is this Grand Theft High Society?
You don't let him out of your grounds, and then whenever you're done being amused by that hermit, you kill it and you get your fucking money back.
And you dissect it.
And then you dissect it
what
to
if
see
it's
how
a
he's
great
put together.
hermit? Yeah, what if it's a really cool hermit, though?
I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of money.
What if the hermit had like a 12-inch cock and 2 of them?
Well, if he never cut his nails or his hair, I would probably be pretty repulsed by him.
I'll just make a table where he sticks it up through.
Oh, God.
You don't have to look at these people. The Amish got it figured out. They just cut a hole in a sheet, throw it over whatever lump they can find.
Ew. Yeah.
Yeah, take on the Amish. They're not listening.
Yeah, what the fuck? They're not listening. Yeah, them and deaf people. Fuck you guys too. I love you blind people. This is because we're all you fucking got.
No closed captioning on the show.
Wow.
Jamie, what's wrong?
Nothing.
What's right is what she's saying.
I actually had a deaf guy I was friends with online
Here we go.
wanting to I was promoting the show like I do all the
Yeah.
time, shameless self-promotion, and they were actually discussing maybe captioning the show for him so he could know how it goes, and I'm like, that's a lot of fucking words. And now I'm really glad nobody ever captioned it.
We need a court stenographer for that deaf audience.
Yeah.
Poor Bubba.
So fuck deaf people. They can't hear you coming.
The Cult Radio Show does not support the comments of Ryan Lucashear.
The Cult Radio Show is Ryan Lucashear. How can you even throw that disclaimer? Oh, my full name made it on air. Wow. If you're addressing that, no one knows who the fuck I am anymore. I don't even know who I
They
am.
do now.
Did you really ever, though?
No. Oh, number one, so we can get back out of the way back machine and go to our childhood technology, is something that one person here at the table does.
Oh, God.
They have a collection of these already. Number one is collecting body parts.
Yay, me! You collect body parts?
She has a whole line of different animals' balls
I
and
like how you
jars.
said
I collect skulls and other random shit I
I
find.
have testicles.
I don't have balls. I don't have what
I
specimens.
I want a real human skull.
I want one so bad. I've looked them up on eBay. They run anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 for a medical one, but you can only get medical ones nowadays.
Free
due
at
to
your
law.
local graveyard.
I know, right?
You can't be sure on eBay that's a medical
Sean,
skull.
meet me at Lonesome Hill Cemetery at 2:45.